Hi, Annie. How are you?
I'm good. Well, I was until my camera disappeared. I'm good.
Hi, Gail. How are you?
Hi, Myrtle. We were on before we kicked off, and Colleen, who does all our moderation, and I were chitter chattering, and Kerrie just threw us off and shut us up instantly. So I need to get back to Colleen at the end of the show. And before you all could see me, I was making
Sorry
faces
about that.
at her. Hi,
Hi, everyone.
Isabella. Hi, Fee.
Look, I'm
Hi,
really
Wendy
sorry, but
Boo.
for all our Facebook people, if we don't start exactly on time, Facebook don't run it. So we actually have to hit go live at before the scheduled time or exactly on the scheduled time or it doesn't go live. So sorry, Cole. Sorry, Annie.
That's okay. We can be good.
Uh, so
Hi,
funny.
Melissa. Hi, Kerrie.
So nice to see everyone. Well, it's going to be a fun night tonight. I'm looking forward to this. I don't know a lot about rune reading or ribbon reading, so I'm going to set the example tonight. See, I've got my notebook. I'm going to be taking my notes. I hope you guys have got your notebook as well. Is there a workbook as well, Annie, for this one?
Of course there is. Of course there is. And it shall be sent out um, tomorrow. Tomorrow. People like my fancy curtains. These curtains, when I used to do the markets, my tent was absolutely glorious. I'll put up a picture of it. It was just spectacular. And I used to have my curtains up because it separated my reading space from the front of the tent.
Hmm.
And Paul said, they're just sitting there doing nothing. Why don't you stick your curtains up in your space and separate the two areas? And they flash. So I've got them. I had it on earlier. I was frightened I would give somebody an epileptic fit. I've got LED lights as well that go around the ceiling, and
Ah,
I've got a boom box that's got LED lights. So when Colleen and I were on before we started, I had everything on. I had my
yeah.
LEDs, I had my curtains flashing, I had my boom box happening, and Colleen said, "You're lighting up." There was just colours everywhere. You know how we saw Shazza, Light and Love
Yes,
with Shazza,
yes,
and she's
yes.
got all these lights flashing. I
Hmm.
thought, I can do that.
Yeah.
The problem with it is to see the lights, I've got to put the light out, and then I can't see what I'm doing. So
Yeah, that's
can't
the
do
problem. We've got a bit of a balancing act between what you can see, but it looks really pretty, Annie. I really love
Thank
it.
you.
I
Thank
really
you.
do love it. So,
I love
welcome
you.
everyone. Thanks for joining us. Um, it's my turn to do the meditation tonight. So, thank you, Annie, for doing the last few weeks for me. Your lifesaver with the joining of the Claires. So, what we might do is we like to do this, as you know, right at the very beginning. One, because it puts us in the right space for what we're about to do, but it also allows us to connect the energy with everyone that's here with us tonight. So, it doesn't matter what chat you're coming in from, whether that be the Facebook pages or through our YouTube, that we're just connecting the energy with everyone. So, what I'd like you to do is just sit so that you're comfortable and your spine is straight. And when you are ready, close your eyes. Focus on your breathing. Don't try to force it in any way. Just let it come and go naturally. Now, in your mind's eye, picture, feel, or sense, if you will, that you're standing at the ocean shore. It's pre dawn, and the first light is coming up on the horizon. Focus your attention on the horizon allow yourself to breathe in and absorb the light. As the sun begins to rise, the golden reflection is stretching out across the water. Focus your attention on this golden stream of light. As you do this, the light extends towards you. Allow yourself to breathe in this light and allow the golden light to fill you. Feel your energy rising as you bathe in this golden light. The golden light is expanding all around you. You sense or feel someone just behind your left shoulder. This is your guardian angel, the one to whom Divine Source God has entrusted the care. They are standing with you. Ask your guardian angel now to provide you with protection. That they protect you from any negative energies, thoughts, or emotions that are not for your highest good. Ask your guardian angel to assist you and work with you. As you do this, they gently place their hand on your shoulder, and you feel the additional surge of energy that they bring to you, raising your energy to an even higher level. Take a deep breath and absorb this energy. This energy will stay with you now and radiate all around you. Bring your consciousness back to be aware of the space you are in. Feel your feet on the floor and the feel of the chair beneath you. Take a deep breath and another. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes.
Thank you, Miss Kerrie. That was lovely.
You're welcome.
Hi, Maria. Hi, Shaza. Okay, dokie. Have we got everybody back again? Yay. Hi, Shelley.
Hi, Shelley. Oh, you're very welcome, Gail. Oh, hi, Karen. Lovely to see you tonight.
More?
And Vanessa's come back. Hi, Vanessa. Glad you're
Hello.
just listening while you're driving.
I hope you didn't do the meditation while you're driving. Not a good plan. Okay. So let's get fancy.
Oh.
Let's get started. Tonight we're talking about ribbons and runes. Now, one of the reasons why we get you to do that meditation is so that Kerrie and I can connect in with your energy. Because when we do this, we can just kick in and pick up on you, even although it's, distance. So that's one of the reasons why we get you to do it. So tonight I'm going to be talking about ribbons and I'm going to be talking about runes. Now, Kerrie, I can't say it right because I'm Scottish. Runes.
Runes. Runes. Guys, it's not ruins, it's runes.
Runes.
Don't
Okay.
be tricked. Don't be tricked by Annie's accent.
So, well, let's start at the beginning. The word, one of the things I really love about them, is that the word rune translates as whisper or mystery. And anything that's whispers, it's secrets, it's mystery, really I'm attracted to. And there's nothing particularly airy-fairy about the runes, which is one of the reasons why I do runes with my ribbons. So I do a combination of them. So with your runes, if you don't have any, what I did initially was I went to Bunnings and I spent $3 on a bag of little flat pebbles. And I brought them home and I got my grandchildren to sort them into like stones of the same size. And then what I did was I bought gold and silver paint and I got the kids to paint the shapes of the runes, they all look different. See the gold on there? So I got the kids to paint for me. And I used them for ages and ages and ages. So it's not an expensive thing to play with. You can just make your own. And it's actually, I painted some too. So I felt that because I had made them and put my energy into them and painted them, they actually were mine. So that was one of the reasons why I did it. So they're not really about sort of fortune telling. They're much more about answering questions. Now, the issue with the runes is they're based on the Germanic alphabet and they're years and years and years old, centuries old. People have been using them for centuries. And there's lots of different ways of casting them. That's what they're called when you're choosing your stones. So what I like to do is I like to put them all down and just shuffle them around. And then I would get people to pick either 1, 3, or 5. So tonight I'm going to do just one stone. And I can't remember because there's 24 that have got a picture on them or a symbol on them. And then there's one blank one. A lot of people don't use the blank ones. I do. I quite like the blank one. The blank one's about facing your fears and having faith. It's also about tying up loose ends and completing things because for me, it's like a blank slate. So you're ready to start something new. And again, like with my tarot cards, I give them jobs. The basic meanings are in the book that I'm going to send everybody out. But everything for me is a story. So when I work out what the basic meaning is by looking at the picture on the stone, then I'll get the basic meaning and then I turn it into a story and I elaborate on it. So the stones give you like the answer to your question. But when I throw my ribbons in on top of that, my ribbons give you the emotions that are attached to the question, which is one of the reasons why I like to do both. That's just how I roll. Now, I love ribbons. Ribbons are just so pretty. They're just beautiful. Um, Ribbons were used by the gypsies, the Romanis, because they were easy to stuff in their pocket and they could carry them around, and they were used for fortune telling back in the day.
Is it one of the?
Ribbons,
Do you think it's one of the first or earliest forms of psychometry reading, Annie?
yeah, like the runes are also one of the earliest,
Yeah.
which is why I think that the ribbons and the runes go together because
Hmm.
they're both really, really old. In a lot of traditions, you'll have heard of hand fasting.
Yes.
Yeah, hand fasting is where they tie people's wrists together with ribbons when they're
Hmm.
getting married, and
Hmm.
that's where the tying the knot comes from in terms of getting married.
Hmm. I've actually done a wedding with a hand fasting ceremony as part of the marriage service. It was beautiful.
It's lovely, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Marissa says she's found some. Is it okay to use them? Of course it is. Yes,
Hmm.
yes. Um, with depending on what they are, I would wash them. Like my
Hmm.
rooms are washable. Most of them are just stone, and you can
Yeah.
wash them. So
Hmm.
have a bash with that. Um, Running water works.
Hmm.
If you can't wash them, if they're fragile, I've never seen ruins that can't be washed. They can
No.
all be stuck in under running water.
Hmm. Even saging them. Oh, is Annie frozen or is it just my system?
Um,
There
Saging
she,
your cards, it's the same
yeah.
stuff. With a 3 card reading or a 3 rune reading, past, present, future. So the trick with past, present, and future is when people pick them, you need to take them off them because you need to set them down where they go. They can't just be put down willy nilly. The 5 card one, you start in the middle and then you lay them. So you need to know what order that they're in. I've lost the power of speech. So that's how that works. And they do tell a story. So they're actually good fun to play with. I had this kid that I read for. He came for a half-hour reading and he was there for 2 hours. Um, I just adored him. This kid was on the spectrum and he was really, really struggling. And he was getting in all sorts of trouble because he wasn't going to school. And I was having this huge chat with him. And I was talking to him about the rune stones and he absolutely loved them. He just fell in love with them. So I gave him a set and he had them with him all the time. And when he was at school, he used to get up in the morning and check out the stones. Should I go to school today? What will happen if I go to school today? And then get the answer. And 9 out of 10 times he would choose to go to school. And what's really interesting is 4 years down the track, last Saturday, I read for him again. And he's grown, oh my Lord, he's grown into this. When I saw him the first time, he was this shy, quiet, introspective little person that, and he was a wee tiny thing, like a wee skinny thing. He's grown up. He's drop dead freaking gorgeous. He goes to the gym, so he's all got himself built up. Um, he's just applied to join the ADF because he wants to get a trade, and he's like a different kid. And he said to me, I've still got my runes. And I said, well, that's just awesome. Take them everywhere you go because obviously, if they're telling you the answers and you're following your runes, it must be working for you. So that's how that works. So again, I'm back to my ribbons. I'm all over the place tonight. Sorry, people. Um, Ribbons are now used. The pink ribbons for the cancer research. They get used for that for the breast cancer day. The white ribbons are for survivors of domestic violence. So they're used in lots and lots of spaces. And, a lot of people tie a yellow ribbon round the old oak tree. That was a song. If your fella went away to war and was coming back, if you still wanted to see him, you could tie a yellow ribbon round a tree, and he knew that it was all good, that you were happy to see him coming back. So there's tons and tons of significance attached to the ribbons and the runes. Now, instead of cards this week, I'm going to make it hard. I'm going to do rune and ribbon readings, and then behind that, Kerrie will back up what I've said with a card and either validate it or not, whatever happens. So what we need you to do, this is not about open questions. Runes can't answer yes and no questions. Runes can only answer open questions. So have a little think. If I do this, what will the outcome be? What will happen if I work out your open questions? And if you put up your open questions, I'll start with a rune. I'll read I've got my bits here. I'll show you. This is part of what you're going to get out. This is all the definitions of them. So you don't even have to remember them. It's not like tarot where you've got to learn it. You just go to your interpretation, and your interpretation will tell you what the stones mean. And then when you throw the ribbons in, that's when your spidey senses kick in, because you're working then on intuition. And then Kerrie will back it up with a card. So I would suggest, if you haven't got runes, go to Bunnings, get yourself some little stones, get somebody to draw pictures of them for you, or do it yourself. It's actually quite good fun to draw them on your own. So, okay. Is tomorrow going to run smooth with ex-toxic family at a funeral? Oh my goodness. Okay. What this is saying. Communication is the key here, Shaza. It's saying that you have learned from your experience of dealing with these people, and that how you communicate and what you choose to take on board is probably how it's going to turn out. My instinct says head down, bum up. Don't get involved in chitter chatter. So let me flick to my ribbons and I'll see what they say. Now, because normally what I would do is I would have you here and I would get you to really quickly pick 3 ribbons. But because you're not here, I'm going to pick them for you. Okay, that's really interesting. The very first ribbon I've got is a great big long red ribbon. Now, for me, there's a couple of meanings to the ribbons. You can choose how you want to designate them. Some people use them like the chakras. That's how some people use them. I just like feel them and see what the feeling I get from them is. But if you choose to, if you give them like a job to do, I give everything a job to do, then they'll work better for you. And this is all explained in my book. So the red one, this is about making sure that you're grounded. That's what this is about. It's also darker. It's darker on it looks orange on the computer, but it's not. It's actually bright red. It's darker on the outsides than it is in the middle. And this is talking for you about when you're grounded, stay in your power. Remember who you are and stay in your power. The blue one's about healing, and it's about communication for me. Now, again, the end of this little ribbon is a little bit frayed, and this says that communication in the past has been difficult. So again, stay in your power, stay grounded, don't let people get to you. The white one, couple of things around the white one. The white one for me is about spirit. It's about purity. And for you, it also feels very much like your intentions. You know, you're going, even although you understand that this might be difficult. The reason you're going is coming from a place in your heart. You're going out of love or respect. Um, for you, this isn't about what people think or what people say. For you, this is your closure, your goodbye. Um, so again, stay grounded, stay in your power, watch your tongue. I feel that you need to go to get this closure, and that's what that blue healing is about. I would say very much do this your way. Kerrie?
So, Shazza, I just want to reiterate that the card that came out for you was the Nine of Wands. So hopefully you can see that okay there. Now, with the Nine of Wands, if you see this, this has been about, this is your journey and your connection. This is what's coming through with this card. But they're also wanting you to keep your boundaries, that you yourself have done a lot of work, and I want you to protect your energy from this as well. So don't get drawn into other people's emotions and feelings or perspectives. Just getting the word, just acknowledge, okay, that's how you feel, but they want you to stay in your own space and in your own connection with this. It will make the day easier for you to move through and for you to acknowledge the journey and what this person has meant to you at this point, but still keeping yourself separate from any mixed emotions or feelings that may be swirling around you at this event.
Okay. Oops. I'm tying myself in knots here, people. Les,
It's actually Nate.
it's Nate.
It's Nate pretending to be Les tonight.
Whatever. I'll work with both of them. What's the outcome of contacting the person whose name keeps popping in my head? What came up for you around this night is this stone. This is talking about letting go of the past to make way for the new. It's about you've set your goals and your intentions. And I just have this feeling that if you, and I've got my tingles, this would be a backward step that may not serve you. Now, interestingly enough for you, I've got my gold ribbon. So my gold ribbon, that's just you. That's just so you. I just feel like that's the good in you, that beautiful golden aura that you have. And because people are popping into your head, it feels very much like this might have been a heart connection because I've got the pink as well. Now, that's all well and good, but I think that situation, there's been healing that has had to happen in the past around that person. And I would very much say, don't go back, move forward. I don't know why their name keeps popping up into your head. It just feels like if you go there, it'll take away a whole lot of your energy, and it'll be a big step backwards for you in terms of where you're now moving forward into. I'd appreciate some validation on that one, Nate, if you want to message me afterwards. Kerrie? Kerrie, we've got no sound.
Oops, sorry.
That's different.
Take two. Nate, the card that came through for you is the Queen of Pentacles. Now, this card actually represents someone who has developed a really good foundation. They're strong in themselves. They've got a good financial comfortability to where they are. But what's actually drawing me in this particular card is the fact that she has turned her head to the whispering of the trees. And what Spirit is bringing through is that I believe that you're actually picking up on this person's thoughts about you. It's almost a telepathic connection, which is why they're popping in. But they want to remind you that this person drained you in multiple ways and that you don't need to listen to those whispers and be drawn back in. You have done a lot of work, you have grown a lot. So the boundaries are there in place. If you contacted them, I just feel that they're going to be needy again. That's the feeling that I've got, and you don't need to actually go there. You've already learnt that lesson. Of course, there's free will. You could choose to go back and do it all over again, but the situation or that connection basis has not changed. And to me, it feels like a one-way street. Okay, so I just want to leave you with that one.
Thank you, Kerrie. Ray, how spiritual am I? Now, if I wasn't a nice lady, which I'm probably not, I would say what I always say, if you have to ask, you know the answer. So that's what we got for you. And what this says is okay. This is talking about in terms of your spiritual journey, you've done a whole lot of work on yourself. Now, the exact words on this rune, my little whisper, says, you are now in a position to help others as well as yourself. So, how does that sit with you, Miss Ray? Rewards in terms of this have been gained through the effort that you've put in. And the other thing this says is victory after struggles. So I feel like there have been some points where you've doubted yourself, which is the most normal thing in the Western world. We all do. Mm-hmm. But it just feels very much like you've done all the work on yourself. So now it's time for you to actually get out because you're ready to work with other people. You know, the thing about any kind of spiritual, will you stop having an earthquake, Miss Kerrie? The thing about any spiritual journey is, in my opinion, the reason that we do this, and the reason that Kerrie and I do this stuff is the whole point of being on a spiritual journey is how can I serve? That's what it's all about. So you do all the work on yourself so that you can actually help others. And I just feel you're at that point. Let me do my ribbons and we'll see what they say. Ooh. Okay. Ha. Now that's very beautiful. Look at this lot. The pink and the purple. Purple spirituality. I shut my eyes when I pull these. So I've got no influence over them whatsoever. I'm just tuned into your energy. So the purple is all about your spirituality. That's all about all that hard work that you've been doing. The pink is your heart, and the pink is all about love. And doing what you do with love, in love, is where your spiritual journey has come to. Now, this ribbon, look at this. That's all of the colors of the rainbow. And this ribbon is really, 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 really long. I feel you've been working on this for a long time. And I think it's all of a sudden just you've got it, girlfriend. It's all come together for you. So how spiritual are you? You're practically an angel. You go, girl. Kerrie.
I love that last comment, Annie, because behind the scenes here, I've been fiddling with this camera because I wanted to make sure you could see very clearly behind the Temperance card the beautiful angel wings that have come out. So, Ray, when I pulled this for you, two cards jumped straight away. The first card was acknowledging where you came from. You came from a place of going, I don't know that I can do this. And you had a blindfold on, and there was, can I trust this? And can I move forward? And the second card that came out, they said, well, look at you now. So here's the temperance and the balance, and you've moved through this journey of saying, I don't know, or I'm unsure, or I don't know that I can do this, that you've actually moved through this. And now you can see these beautiful angel wings, spreading out behind you, signifying your connection to the divine and divine spirit. And now sharing that in a very balanced way with other people around you. So again, beautiful cards that validate the reading that came through the runes and the ribbons.
Okay, thank you, Kerrie. Now, before I go any further, Kerrie House, do I go on a bottle hunt? That's a yes or no question. The answer is yes or no. Runes can't do yeses or nos. And Marissa, will a new job be coming in the near future? That's a yes or no. Um, what will happen? You need to have a think about this. What will happen if I go on the bottle hunt? Um, you need to rephrase them for me, because either that or we'll just get Kerrie to answer these ones. I've got an echo happening. Myrtle. Okay. What this says is it's saying get rid of resistance. Now, I happen to know what's going to happen to you on the 10th, and I understand that resistance. What's going to happen to you on the 10th is it's big and it's scary, but this stone is saying get rid of resistance. This is about a time for new beginnings and a new start for things. So it feels very much like, yes, it will work out, but some of that is going to be in terms of your attitude to this. It's like stay, and I don't want to minimize any kind of fear around that, because I get that. I understand that this is, I'll just say Myrtle has to have an operation. And there's a lot of fear attached to that. And it's a tricky recovery process. So I get that. But as long as you stay in the positive, it's your stones are saying, we've got new beginnings. Let me pull three ribbons for you. Okay. So I've got the red and gold again. I've also got the white. This is the red one for you is about staying in your power. It's about, again, staying grounded. And again, with the white ribbon, it's about trust. It's trust that spirit is with you. Trust that there's a lot of healing going to be coming around you. Trust that it will be okay. Now, for you, this gold ribbon, this is for you a double-edged sword, because you do so much for others that you're, and I mean, this is, it's pure goodness in your heart. Like, you do things that for other people that, nobody should ever have to do in a lot of ways. This for you is about be ready to receive. You're not going to have a choice, women. You're going to have to. And for you, this is about being gracious about it. And with this one, this is also my color for frustration. So I would be saying, don't get frustrated. Do what you're told. Because if you try to do too much, you'll set yourself back and you're going to end up longer. So just trust that healing and spirit is with you and you will be okay. New beginnings are coming. Kerrie.
Myrtle, what I want to focus on here with the Nine of Cups is that, there's great reward that's going to come from this. So the end outcome is actually going to be really, really good. But what the guides are bringing through with that is you're going to have to focus on your patience, okay? Because it's all there. The outcome's going, the potential for a brilliant outcome. You're going to feel better than ever at the end of this. But there needs to be that patience to move through the interim period. So what they want you to do is they want you to focus on that beautiful golden energy of the end outcome, because it is going to be really good. So that when you're getting frustrated, because I do feel frustration coming in with this, that when you're feeling frustrated, just know that the end outcome is going to be so worth it. So they want you to keep focused in that, so it keeps your energy in the right level and in the right space to promote healing.
Miss Karen, what are my angels trying to tell me? Your angels are saying, create harmony within yourself. Be your own person. Be true to yourself, because it's time for you to seek the freedom that you deserve. This rune also signifies happiness in relationships. But for you, this is very much about follow your dreams, follow your path. You're on the right path. But it's very much about looking after yourself and taking care of yourself. And believe it or not, put yourself first. I think that's really, really important, that you put yourself first, not everybody else in the Western world. Ooh. Ooh. Nice. I do this with my tarot cards too. It drives me mad. Drives people mad. Okay. Pink. Beautiful, beautiful pink. Now, I've got two pinks here. I've got a very, very gentle pink, and I've got a much, much darker pink. For me, this is saying a lot of that pink with the fuzzy bit in the middle of it is all of the help and care and love that you give to everybody else. And this is really gentle pastel pink is saying it's about time that you did that for you. Very much about make you a priority. Now, black. Big long black ribbon. People freak out when they see black ribbons. I love black ribbons. The black means that you're not, you know how some people, when they get, they think they know lots of stuff and they know everything, and they won't hear, see, or listen to anybody else. Black in your colors means you've got space, and that space is for learning, and that black space is where you're open to hearing, feeling, seeing, and learning from other people. So your angels, I think, are saying you're on this path of growth, that it's time for you to truly, I mean, the ribbons are saying exactly what the rune stone says. It's about focusing on yourself and giving yourself that love. And it's also about recognizing all of the stuff that you've learned already, but being open and staying open to listening to others and learning new stuff. And always, and I think that's for all of us on that path. I think if you don't have little bits of black in there where you think you're the expert, I know people who think they're experts, you know, sometimes people just shut down. They think, oh, I'm so good at this, but I don't think that's a good space to be in. I think we're always on this learning journey, or why bother? You know, like even with this stuff, when like Kerrie doesn't do ribbons and runes, so she brought her journal to write down things tonight. When Kerrie does her workshops, I get her workbooks and I work through them because we're both doing very, very different things. And for us, it's all about that process of learning and listening. Kerrie and I are really good at this. We kind of bounce off each other. The other thing that Kerrie and I are also really good at is, especially me, asking stupid questions. If people are waffling on and I don't get it, I'm always the first one to say, excuse me, like, tell me, because in lots of areas, Kerrie's much more developed, for want of a better word, or knowledgeable. In lots of areas, you are, Kerrie. There's stuff I can do that you don't do, and there's stuff that, you do that I don't do. So if you're talking about stuff and I don't understand where you're at,
Yeah.
I'll just say, hold on, what? Tell me. I need to understand that.
Yeah.
And for me, that's not like people think sometimes if they're asking questions because they don't get it, they're going to look stupid. But for me, I want to understand. So for me,
Yeah.
it's never about looking stupid. For me, it's about being able to get it into my thick head. I need to understand this. Explain
Hmm.
that to me. Tell me why. I need to know the whys.
Yeah.
Why, how, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So this ribbon is saying that you are open to always, always learning and listening to other people. And I think that's a really, really good space. Your angels are saying, look after yourself, but remain open to hearing and seeing what other people are doing. And I know you, so you're there. You're there, girl. Kerrie.
Okay. So, Karen, for me, what I'm hearing from Spirit is that they're saying to you that there has to be a time, and you've been going through this, I think, where you might be feeling a little bit tired, or you're needing to regroup. And again, this is about the self care that they just talked about. Allowing yourself that time and saying that's okay to give myself the nurturing that I need as well, as what you give out to other people. But at the same time as that, they also brought through the Ace of Swords. So it's also about you also being able to accept and understand what is it that you want to move forward with and what do you need to cut ties with. Because again, this is a new beginning. The Ace of Swords is very much moving into new opportunities, learning new things, expanding on what you've already done. And sometimes we actually need this downtime to regroup before the next big surge comes along, right? And they're saying that when you're feeling like that, allow yourself to have the self care. But sorry, and guys, I'm trying to stick to one card, but when Spirit drops three, I have to give you three. And remember where your energy is coming from. So the Ten of Cups here is the joy and the love of family and those connections and connecting with that, because that's going to realign your energy ready for that next burst forward in your learning. Um, so, Spirit is saying they're actually excited about this journey for you, but it's going to be a little bit of a pattern that you're going through. So there's going to be a time where you just need to sit with what you're doing, feel comfortable with that, regenerate, do some self care, and then get ready because here comes the next big surge forward for you. So they're just saying this is the journey that is right for you at this time because you're going to be raising energy quite, it's going to escalate. And in that escalation, you need time to balance and recalibrate. They just told me recalibrate to that next energy level. So I hope that resonates for you.
Marissa, will a new job be coming in the near future? You got the blank rune. The blank rune, confront your fears, test your faith, move forward with courage and trust. So, this combination feels, on top of what that card has just said, is that there's a lack of confidence. Um, and it's also saying, don't think about a job title, think about skill sets. if you think about all of the different things you can do and all of the different skill sets that you have, where does that fit? And then if you think about all the things that you like to do, all the stuff that you love to do. Now, I'm feeling that there's a whole lot of communication in there. I feel like that's one of your strengths, is being able to talk to people. Um, it just feels like you need to trust yourself, face your fears, craft with your resume. You've got homework, Marissa. Um, Work in terms of skill sets and think, what would bring me joy and what am I really, really good at? If you've had, one of the things I tell people is, if you've worked before, think about all the things that you've loved in that job and then all the things that you hated. And then don't do any of the stuff that you hated ever again. Think in the terms of that skill set. I can do this and I like doing that. I like working with people. I'm really good at talking to people. I can do all that stuff. So where can I put that? I hope that helps. Kerrie.
Okay. So, Marissa, if you can see this beautiful card here, the Six of Wands. And if you see this lovely lady, this happens to be one of my favourite cards in this deck, by the way, which Annie knows. She's going, ta-da! This saying, step into your element, right? Remember everything that you're good at and exuberate that and have faith in that, because you really are. You're actually extremely talented. Now, what really drew me to this card, normally to me, this is sort of the celebration, I'm ready to go party and dance card. But what they've drawn to me at this is that this could be public speaking, and it could be even mentoring or training that you're stepping into. So, look, I would just say you are going to definitely shine in what this is. So trust in that moving forward. And it is like, don't try and pigeonhole yourself into a box, right? Because you've got a lot of great talents there and you're really going to shine with those talents. It's going to actually also bring you a great deal of joy. So when this job does present itself and you are offered this job, I feel there's a nervousness around it. But when you actually step into it, the angels are definitely saying you're going to feel like, I should have been doing this my whole life, right? This is the feeling around it. And this is the ta-da moment, I have arrived. So I actually feel really good energy around this. So know that it's coming, know that it's going to be there for you. Don't pigeonhole yourself into a box, and know that your talents will shine.
Okay. Now, Miss Maria. I was faffing around with my runes and I picked one up and one flipped. So the one that flipped is the blank rune. And the blank rune is confront your fears. Test your faith and move forward with courage. The other one is talking about communication being the key. It's talking about, I would say, how you're presenting. For you, this feels very much like going to clubs, like joining something that you like, like go line dancing, do stuff where other people are doing stuff that you like. Do you know what I mean? If you want to do clay modeling, go paint and sipping. That's how to meet people. Go to places where people are doing the same. Go and learn how to play golf, for God's sake. That sort of stuff, because that's where I just feel that that's where you're going to be able to meet people. And then it's all about that communication. The big long blue one also came out for you, which is about communication. So this is about how you want people to see you, and about talking to people and telling them. The pink one, that came out with the black one. Now, For you, that black one is again about that fear. Um, it's maybe fear of being rejected, fear of having your heart broken, fear of a whole lot of stuff. And again, with my blank rune, face your fears, girl. You know, you only get one life and you don't want to spend it sitting in the house all by yourself. So find stuff that you like and love, and then, or something that you've never tried before that you think I could do that, like Probus or the Lions, or go do some community work, go and do some community service. People always, community service organizations love volunteers. I used to be a community services worker. We love volunteers because we've never got enough staff. So do stuff that's going to help other people because that will also help you. Kerrie?
Okay. So, Marie, what I want to show you here is the first card that actually came out was the Knight of Wands. And this is saying, trust in who you are. That walk to the beat of your own drum and be proud of who you are as a person. There's so much to be proud of and to share with others. But the key here is exactly as Annie said, you need to be out and about and communicating with people. Need to be out doing things that bring you joy, put you in that nice high energy space, because that is going to be the correct space to attract the right person into your life. And it's going to be about friendships and connections. So whether that be a lifelong partner or lifelong friendships, that's what I see coming in. But you need to actually trust that. To get out, walk to the beat of your own drum, and share who you really are with everyone else without that fear on it, because you've got a lot to share with people. So yeah, I think Annie's definitely right. It's joining things. It's going to a club. It's doing those sorts of things. These are where the connections are going to come in for you, so that you can move forward with this.
Okay. Why do I get lost souls visiting me at my home?
So didn't mean to laugh out loud. Sorry, Isa.
Huh. Okay. What this is telling me is that your angels are testing you. That's what it's saying. I went and got different ribbons. I got fed up with these ones. So let me, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, okay. So for you, look at this. The purple is spirituality. Now, because it's not bright purple, like look at my nails, they're purple. And this is a bit wishy-washy purple. This is talking about having faith in yourself and trusting yourself. This is about working from your heart space.
Mm-hmm.
I think in lots of ways, you're a healer. And that's why the lost souls come to you. The other thing about this is this ribbon. This ribbon is all about you and your outlook on life. And you have this natural optimism and you make people happy. And I don't even know you, but I'm happy reading for you. So lost souls come to you because you speak from your heart, you give them hope and you bring them joy. And you just need to trust that these people are being sent to you for a reason. What I would also say though is protect your energy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't be taking in lost souls. Protect your energy because when people have got this combination, this golden, yellow and green, they can be taken advantage of because you're softies and you're gentle souls. So just protect your energy, or people can suck the life out of you. And they don't do it deliberately. They just do it because you're that, you bring people joy and happiness. Kerrie?
Kerrie. Isa, so I did have a little bit of a giggle, sorry about that. Because you're a moth to a flame, I'm just going to say that without even a card. That's what happens when your light shines. Okay, so what Spirit brought through for you was the first card here is the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this is all about planting seeds for future growth. But what the angels are bringing through here is because this is part of your spiritual journey. This is part of your growth. And you can actually feel those energies around you. They are attracted to you because you're very connected with earth energy and connection to nature. So you're bringing that love of everything around you, and so it attracts it in. It is like a moth to a flame. But what they're saying is part of your spiritual journey, and this is make a wish on a star, a wish fulfillment, right? But you are also connected to the light, right? That's what they're bringing in here because you're so connected to the light. So, again, this is saying to you, as part of your spiritual journey, you need to know to remember always to work with your protection, to ask your guides for that connection and the protection and connect into that light, right? Because that will protect you from your energy being drained. And I think Annie just said the same thing. It'll protect you from your energy being drained. But that is very much why they're drawn to you. It's because you resonate and you connect both with nature and you have this beautiful light surrounding you. So you are going to track, but yeah, use your protection.
Okay. I had Lisa up there. Will my sister-in-law recover from her current situation? What I got for this one is it's saying she needs to have patience and she needs to connect with that inner strength. That's what this rune is all about. It's all about looking within yourself and with this staying optimistic, staying positive, staying in the moment. This one for me, this is all in terms of her about frustration with not feeling it feels very much like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. I also feel this communication. I don't feel like that's happening. I don't know what's happening to her, but I do feel like that she's shut down and she's gone inside herself, and all she feels is there's a lot of frustration and there's a lot of I'm just feeling there's a lot of it's like rage. So she just needs to try really hard to find that inner strength and be patient because things will get better. Kerrie?
Thanks, Lisa. I've definitely got a tower moment around her. Now, a tower moment is a moment where it feels like everything is tumultuous, everything around you is changing. But it's actually a sign that you do need to make some changes to move forward and be in a better place. So, whilst the tower moment can be almost like chaos and overwhelming when it first hits you, it is part of the journey to move forward to better things and to make other choices. And the second card that came with that is definitely about that. It's about moving forward on a journey, making other choices, maybe leaving some things behind. And that can be a hard thing to do. But what I am seeing in the future of that, and what Spirit is bringing through, is the Two of Pentacles. And this is about bringing back a balance. So it's almost like this moment in some ways needed to occur to create a reevaluation of different things and to make some different choices. With that, there is a journey ahead through that process, but I do feel that there's a restoration back to a balanced situation. Right now, it can be swings and roundabouts. I'm getting that too. There's going to be highs and lows in this, but in moving through that process, the balance will come and it will be in a much better place for her.
Shelley, I pulled one and then I pulled another one. And you've got two that are really interesting because you've got the one that goes up the way and the one that goes down the way. And I feel like that's exactly where you are. You're stuck in the middle. And it's like, I want to do this, but I don't know if I should do this, but I really want to do this, but I don't know if I should do this. There's a lot of faffing around happening in all of this. The runes are saying, listen to the advice of others. The runes are saying, I don't feel like this is only your decision. It feels like there are other people involved in this, and you need to listen to what they're saying. And it's all about that communication. And that's how that feels. Let me see what my ribbons are saying. Okay. My ribbons are talking about, oh, let me put them where you can see them. They're talking about two-way communication. That's really interesting as well, because I've got the exact same thing. I've got two blues, which is the exact same as the rune stones. It's like, don't, I feel you feel that people are saying things to you to make you feel better, which is what that yellow ribbon's about. I feel you are conflating facts. And I feel that your sense of responsibility gets in the way of this freedom and what you really want to do. I also feel that in some ways you're saying what you think people want to hear. I think in terms of this, there needs to be a really open, honest, truthful conversation where you both need to hear, you both need to listen. And then I feel that the balance will come and you will know what is going to happen. I truly don't feel that bad things will happen. I just feel you've put this on yourself. It's like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Make a decision and just do it. Kerrie?
Okay. So, Shelley, what the cards brought through and what Spirit is telling me on this one is they've brought through the Page of Pentacles. Now, the Page of Pentacles is all excited about doing something spontaneous and to moving things forward, right? So that's what he's saying. He said, yep, I'm just going to do this and everything is going to fall in place, right? It also seems that it is connected to this friendship group. Right, so there is a friendship group around this and a connection to other people, thinking about whether or not this is going to be the right time. But what Spirit wanted to say is you already know the answer to this. You've already gone inside yourself as to what is right for you, and they're saying this is going to be good. I do feel that the outcome, and there's going to be a lot of fun in this. That they're saying you'll know within yourself when the timing is right to do that, and trust your inner voice, because your inner voice is already giving you that guidance. Your angels and your guides are with you on this, and the right timing is going to come up, and it's going to be extremely clear when that timing is, right? So they're just saying just watch that, but don't dive in too quickly, just because it seems everyone is wanting to do it. Everyone's wanting to go forward with this because you'll know within yourself what is right for your journey.
Wendy Woo, what I've got is, it's saying, where are you? Hold on, I've lost myself. Expect the unexpected. Lots of surprises. It actually has the word travel right here. It says hard work will pay off. Now, I've got 2 silver here, and I've got the orange as well. The orange is about creativity. The orange is about enthusiasm. And the silver, double silver, I would say it will be fine. I would say it's all going to be okay. The silver ribbons, especially when I've got 2 of them, is just it's all around. For you, it's very much about doing your own thing without any expectation, but getting creative and being enthusiastic. And you have the capacity to fire people up to say, I think we should do this. Isn't this exciting? And I think that's how it's all going to come together. Kerrie?
So, guys, oh. Sorry, just throw these on the screen. Right, so Wendy, the first card that actually came up was the King of Cups. So in the future travels, you know, you can see if you can see the boat here, right? So it's definitely pointing to the travels. And I feel like it's been planned out, right? So, you know, this is where we're going, this is what we're doing, this is what's happening, this is, you know, all coming together. And I can feel the abundance of all of that coming in. So the energy, the excitement, being able to enjoy the moment, all of that is in here, right? But there is going to be times throughout this where you might just want to do a little breathing technique and have a little bit of time to just say, you know what, I'm just going to read a book for half an hour. I'll be back with you, because the energy is going to be so high all the time that it could be overwhelming in moments. So they're just saying, just do a breathing technique, still do your meditation, do your connection. That's going to keep you energized. But the whole planning is definitely there. It's smooth, calm waters that you're sailing in, and there's going to be a lot of abundant, fun moments that come with this. So overall, I think it's going to be really good.
Fifi. Is my dream of travel attainable? That's interesting. Trust your inner guidance. It's time to evaluate your own needs. I would say it's up to you, gal. You need to make a decision. All of these beautiful colours. This is talking about you have been on a journey. It's also talking about this is pink, very, very pink. And this is very much about do what you need to do for you. Do stuff that you love for you. The blue, healing and communication. I think in terms of you, I think for your health, well-being, joy and happiness, you need to travel. And I would say once you set your mind to it, it'll just all happen. For you, it's about making that decision. I'm going to go. And then it's like that domino effect. I'm going to go because I need to go. I'm doing this for me. This is what I need to do. This is what I want to do. I'm doing it. So yes, it is. Off you pop with love and light.
And Fiona, I'm just going to add to that. If you can see this beautiful Empress card, where this is like, you know, that birth and rebirth and connection to the world, right? So this is all about that connection to travel and experiencing all the amazing places and experiences that this world has to offer. So what Spirit is saying to you is All you need to do is just believe it's going to happen. All right? Just know it's coming. Know the right timing coming. And know that things are going to fall in place, and start putting those steps in place for you to get there, because you are going to love this. This is going to fulfill you. It's going to nurture you. You're going to absolutely love these experiences. So the answer to this is yes, yes, yes. And just have a knowing that it's definitely coming for you. And that means that the right things and the right opportunities are going to step in so that you can take the steps to get where you want to go. But definitely it's coming in.
Okay, we've got time for a couple more. Esther, this ruin threw itself on the floor. When I put I had to crawl under my table to get
Don't
it.
you hate that?
It just
They
went.
fly all over the place.
Yeah. What this one is saying is, I would say, what it's saying, I'll just tell you what it says. Happiness and new energy, celebration with family, all your problems are going to be resolved. Now, oh my stars. Okay. Best advice from this, every single one of these ribbons that I grabbed are green. I need to fix the color on my computer, but they're all green. I've got dark green and I've got pale green, and they're all green. What this is saying is go with your heart. This feels very much like this is your baby. Would you trust it with a publisher? Go with your heart. You know what you need to do. Kerrie?
Mm-hmm. Sorry. Instead of removing myself, I should add the card to the stream. Esther, the Two of Swords. Okay, so this has had you bound in knots, right? You go 1 minute, you're going, I'm going this way, 1 minute, I'm going the other. And it's like you can't see the forest for the trees as to which way this should actually move forward. Look, this has been a creation, and other people have provided you with feedback and input into this creation. But what I'm actually feeling here is that this is something you will move forward with on your own. So even though this card does talk about Three of Pentacles is very much about building something with a team, but I feel like that's already happened. The guys are actually bringing in saying there's already been input, there's already been feedback, there's already been a whole number of things, and sometimes too much of that can hold it back. So right now they're saying, forget this blindfold, stop tying yourself up in knots. You've done this collaboration already, and they just want you to go, go, go. They're drawing me to the green, and it's funny that Annie got all green, right, with her ribbons, because this is where Spirit was drawing me to, and it's like, go with your heart and go, 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 right? So to me, that almost feels like you will be self-publishing. You will be self-publishing this.
Okay. I think our work is done here. I think we got to nearly everybody. If I sadly missed anybody out because I'm flicking down through it, we've lost Colleen. I've been flicking down through the questions. If I've missed anybody who has questions, celtic.tarot3@gmail.com. If you want to flick me through your questions, I'll answer them in emails if I've missed you out. But we're kind of coming to the end now, so I'd just like to thank you for all your validations. I love when we do it with the cards. They're always in sync, and we've never actually done this with ruined ribbons and cards.
So this is a first for us as well, guys. So thank you for bearing with us while we did that also.
And it's really interesting how the ribbons and the runes reflect what the cards say as well, because it like for me, I just think it's magic. It's just magic, you know. And like Kerrie and I come at it from different angles, but the messages are always the same no matter what way we do it. So I hope you enjoyed our ribbons and runes. if you want my workbook, now nearly everybody on here I have in the email list. There's a Margaret Greenfield, I think, has popped in, and I don't recognize that name. So celtic.tarot3@gmail.com if you want the workbook. Like I said at the beginning, make your own runes, it's fun. And they're not that expensive to buy. Best place to buy any of this kind of stuff, like tarot cards and all that nonsense, is Big W. They're the cheapest. If you go online, they can be really, really expensive. But Big W is really cheap. But it is fun to make your own as well. So go to Bunnings, buy some stones you like, and get painting, get creative. So there we go. Thank you so much for being with us.
Yeah, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. And thank you, Annie. I really enjoyed that.
I'm glad you liked it.
You know, as I said, it's not an area that I worked in. I can sort of, you know, understand how it all works, but not an area I've worked in. And I just love that. That was a great explanation and explaining it. The workbook, I'm going to love receiving the workbook. Don't you miss me out on that mailing list, just saying.
I won't miss you out. It's good. It's good fun to play with. You know, it's really good fun to play with. Again, with the ribbons, if you give them a job to do, you know, like this one is for this, or link them to the chakras. This is this energy, this is that energy. I tend to just use my intuition when I'm playing with them. But if you've got, same with the cards, if you've got like a basic meaning for them, that's when the story starts to evolve. And ribbons are cheap. I put them on hooks as well. When I'm playing with people or when I'm teaching, I have them on hooks and I get people to choose the colors that they want. But whatever, they're great fun and they're cheap as chips. Go to Spotlight, buy ribbons, have fun.
And there's so many colors to choose from.
Squillions. Yeah, squillions. So I will send everybody out my little book tomorrow and we will catch up with you all in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful Anzac Day, those of you who are having the day off and doing stuff. Have a wonderful fortnight. It's actually May Day the week after, so we've got a couple of holidays coming up.
We do.
We will see you in 2 weeks.
We will see you all very soon. Thanks. And if you're watching, if you're on YouTube, please go into the comments after the video and please place a comment in there and give a thumbs up. It really helps us with the algorithms on there. So we'd really appreciate if you wouldn't mind doing that for us as well. And other than that, we will say good night. Have a great week, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.